This video is brought to you by JunkieMonkeys.com.
Hit it. Yeah.
That was a nice intro to our interview. Andrew Ariano for JunkieMonkeys.com in Long Beach, California, alongside Knox Godoy. Knox, thank you for taking the time to do this interview.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hell yeah.
So first I have to introduce this whole setting. This is your idea. We were supposed to originally do the interview at his house, but he said that's too boring and plain. He wanted to do it in a nice, lively area where your hometown is, right?
Yes, indeed. This is my hometown, East Side Long Beach. Liquor store I always come to frequently.
What's the name of this liquor store?
John's. It's on Atlantic, in between New York and Anaheim.
Wonderful. So I have to. How you doing, sir? Oh, okay. He's a little camera shy. That's fine. I have to. Well, all right. I have to talk about what you're mainly known for. You know, your childhood prodigy. You were the kid that was doing the scary shit. You know, at the time now, because little kids are just doing the craziest shit. You know, kickflip, frontside nose blunts on 9-stair hand rolls is warm up.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But in your time, when you were growing up, you're a child prodigy. You were you're known as mainly the, you know,
little asshole or whatever, right?
Yeah, running around and stuff like that. But you weren't doing necessarily the gnarliest shit, but you were. The selling point for you is, look at this little kid doing the dangerous stunts on the skateboard. That was you. You started it all.
Yeah, definitely.
And, but you,
Mike Snatcher.
Sorry. So I wanted to. Yeah, you're a little bit of a snatcher. I wanted to ask you. That was under the Baker era, Baker 2G. That's your. That was your stepping stone, the start of your career.
Yeah.
What happened with you and Baker?
Within all that?
Yeah.
I mean, shit, at that point in time, Baker was fucking amazing. We had lots of fun, skated, did a bunch of shit. Throughout being with the older cats, you know, they're wilding out. I'm like, 11 years old towards, like, you know, the actual prime of it. Drew and all these fools are like 21 or whatever, so everybody's wilding out. I was like, damn, I want to wild out like these guys. Looks like they're having lots of fun. Bitches, fucking drinking, smoking hella weed. You know, you kind of look up to shit like that. So throughout that time, skated, did my thing. I stayed sober for a minute, but occasionally I drink in like a little Bacardi and Coke. I know you, the Vans team manager, Pat. I used to torture you because we'd open up the mini bar, me and Terry, take all the Bacardi shots from the back, put the full one in the front, and put all the empty ones behind it. And he's like, dude, I'm going to get fucking rolled. Like, all these, you guys are wasted. We're on a Vans corporate tour. Nope, sorry. But anyways, yeah, so got introduced into partying and stuff like that, and it was lots of fun. And, you know, once I started smoking weed and shit like that and got into chicks, I kind of slowed down on skating.
But
this is like 13 years old we're talking, like after Baker 2G had dropped, after I had a bunch of shit and like random on videos and fried interviews in magazines, so on and so forth, you know. I just got into like kind of a different bit of a lifestyle. Even though I still skated, I just started growing up. It happens to all teenagers, right?
And graffiti, right?
Graffiti definitely came into play around 2001, 2002. But yeah, you get your first piece of ass, you're like, damn, where was this all my life? You know what I mean? Turned into that. And I kind of just took a different path, got involved with other stuff like fun, graffiti. I was like, graffiti's so much fun, you don't even have to fucking break a leg just to go paint on a wall. And you get the same hypeness out of it. So that slowed down my skateboarding. And throughout the Baker times, I stuck it out for a while. I stayed till, you know, about 14, almost 14 years old. Then it just came to an end. You know, we had a big falling out. Everybody wasn't really kicking it as much. Fools had their little addictions to deal with. I was out here with my dad. My dad's straight edge. He's not really feeling that I like to party like that. And he definitely felt that being around these fools from Baker was an influence, which, yeah, it probably was. So, you know, just at that point in time, just everything was going on, and like I was kind of almost influenced by my pops to leave and try to skate for somebody else because he's straight edge, and I'm.
Who was there a specific place that you wanted you to skate for?
No, fuck no. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do, and I always liked to ride alien boards because they're really good. So I had like hit these fools up to start kicking me down, and they started kicking me down, and just went into just whatever the hell the road took me from there.
Yeah. Did your dad Did he not get along with Drew and Jim?
No, my dad was cool with all those fools and shit, and like he's hella cool with Strickland or whatever. It was just a decision, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what had happened.
Okay. What's your relationship now with the Baker guys, Drew specifically?
Oh, everything's all good, man. I see him around. I see Ellington randomly. He got super butthurt at me at like an agenda show maybe 2 years ago, but we patched it up.
Why? What happened there? What happened?
Oh, nothing. I was just wasted going through all the boards, like burning out their booth, pointing at certain shit to their salesmen, telling them which boards to buy and which ones not to buy. And Ellington Campbell was like, "Get out of here right now." He had no clue I was Knox, like, because I look different now. Like, "Get out of this booth, man. You're a fucking asshole." So I bounced. Then he came back up to me that night later on and was like, "Yo, man, Knox, I apologize," like, blah, blah. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, my bad too, man. I was just faded being a dickhead, you know, burning out the booth. My bad."
Well, did you ever have a relationship with Jim? I'm curious about that one.
Oh, yeah, I was super close with Jim. He was like my big homie, especially as a kid. Even before I started skating for Baker, when I was on Birdhouse, I'd go over to his house, hang out, like off Melrose or whatever. He lived down the street from Keenan Milton. But yeah, I'd go over there and hang out, and then he was like my big brother and shit at the time.
What? Well, how did you meet? How did you get introduced to Baker? How did that work out? Was it because Reynolds rode for Birdhouse and you did?
No, not at all. It's because Jay Strickland was the Birdhouse team manager, and he's the one who started Baker. Reynolds skated for Birdhouse. I skated for Birdhouse. Strickland's the team manager. We'd go out and skate, and then, I don't know, Jay kind of just pretty much plugged me with doing the whole Baker thing, you know, because the first riders were just a select few of people. You know, Ellington rode for Zero, Greco rode for Zero, Reynolds was on Birdhouse, fucking Lenosi was on Birdhouse, so it all started from that little, just, I guess, like the Piss Drunks posse, right? Pretty much.
Were you part of that too, the Piss Drunks?
No, I was a party animal, but I wasn't really, you know, down with the gang. Like,
you weren't PD, you were PA, party animal?
Shit, something like that.
What do you make of Jay Strickland and the Reynolds, Jay Strickland?
Oh, that's none of my issue. That's between them two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask a little bit about. I don't know if Pico mentioned a little bit of a story. He mentioned your name in a Weekend Buzz. Now I don't know if it. I could be wrong, but when he was talking about the story, when he mentioned your name, he mentioned about you having a kid. Now, was you having a kid? And then he changed the story because that, I don't know, he just was reminiscing a lot. Did you having a kid affect your skateboarding at all?
No, not at all, because at that point in time, my career was still booming. I was far from, like, who has a kid when they're 14? I'm sure some of you guys do, but goddamn, that's a rough route.
You already left Baker at that point.
Oh, totally. I was 21 when I had my kids, so, you know, I was far done with that. I was actually just, like, working in a kitchen when I had my kid.
Okay. Well, how old are you now?
I turned 27 this month, so, like, 26 and 3-something quarters.
Well, where did you go after Baker?
After Baker, I just got boards from a gang of people in the industry. Just, you know, like Alien was hooking me up. I got aesthetic shit, DGK shit. Bootleg even sent me a box of boards, and they're still around right after, or like in between the shit. And I don't know, a bunch of people were just lacing me.
But you were mainly on the flow program. You weren't on a team.
Yeah, and at that point in time, I kind of had to even stop taking skating seriously. I was just doing it for fun, anyways. You know.
Oh, okay. So even though, I mean, I know they turned Evan pro, that didn't mean anything to you that you never turned pro?
Why would I be jealous?
No, I didn't mean to paint it like that. That you were not be jealous, but are you bummed that you never reached that achievement?
No, not at all. I completely don't even give a fuck about that. I've had so much cool shit go on, and then, like, you know, as far as me being amateur, I mean, I feel I did live the life of pro status in skating, you know, made it big enough or whatever, and that was one of the goals as a little kid that I wanted to achieve. Now, and as an adult, and even throughout my teenage years, it's just like, already been there, done that, cool, move on to the next thing, accomplish that, you know?
Gotcha. I don't know how much of this you want to talk about or not. I know when I interviewed Jeremy Rogers, he said that he had saw you in jail. Yeah. Do you remember seeing him, and what was that experience?
I completely remember it, and it was the weirdest shit, because, like, they move people into dorms at nighttime or, like, in the middle of the morning when you're just, like, crashed out, right? So, like, I'm fucking knocked out, and I fucking wake up in the morning, and I look, and, like, my bunk is, like, right here, and his bunk is right here. Here's my head, and here's this motherfucker's feet. Like, right there, but I wake up and, like, look over and, like, what the fuck? It's fucking Jeremy Rogers next to me on the goddamn bunk, right? So then, like, I go out and, like, I kind of thought it was him, but I couldn't really put it together because I just wasn't, I don't know, whatever. And then I go out there to, like, we're doing push-ups and shit, and he comes up like, "Hey, can I do push-ups right here?" I'm like, yeah, fool, fucking the world's your oyster, go for it. You're solid, you know, like.
The world.
And then he looks at me, he's like, wait, Knox Godoy? I'm like, yeah, fool, it's me. What's up? How you doing? I know you from back in the day. Then we just got to rapping out, and fucking I kind of put him on game a little bit of how to like act when you're in jail. And then like I got actually like released. I don't know if I got released or transferred. One of the two fucked up situations that happens when you're in jail. But I hooked him up. I was like, here you go, fool. Here's some shower shoes, blah, blah. He didn't have any, you know.
You said you gave him some coffee, too.
Oh, I gave him coffee? Yeah, I probably gave him coffee.
He's a big coffee fanatic.
Yeah,
Did you grow up skating with him prior to you were younger? That's what he said.
Yeah. Like, during the Baker days and shit, me and, like, Terry and Evan would go stay with, like, Paul Rodriguez and Jeremy and, like, Mikey Taylor and all those fools in, like, Newberry Park. Go skate with the Valley crew and stay and, like, you know, it's when we first started getting all stoked on smoking weed and little shit, so we'd all do that.
Okay.
Have fun.
Well, so what about Terry? Terry's from Long Beach. You said that you still have a relationship with him a little bit.
Yeah, I talk to him here and there. He's a busy man and shit, but we keep it like, you know, at least every couple months we'll get a hold of each other and shit like that.
You said he gave you some money when you got out?
Yeah, it was amazing, actually. I went to go meet him over at this barbershop on First Street because he was doing a music video with Crooked Eye. And I just rolled up just to go say what's up. And he was like, what's up, cuz? I heard you just got out of jail. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, I did. He's like, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm holding up. And he's like, hold on, come here. Come around the corner. So then I walked around the corner in the alley with him or whatever. And he just pulled out a stack of paper. Like, whoa, damn. And he just broke me off $400 and shit. And that was tight. And I used it on groceries, Terry.
Was he concerned that you weren't going to spend it on groceries?
Nah, he didn't give a fuck. He just blessed his homie.
Did he know about your situation? I mean, other
or whatever.
Not that you got out, but that you weren't doing the best.
Well, I wouldn't say I wasn't doing the best, but when you get released from county, you don't have a job. So you know.
Where were you in there in the first place? If you want to talk about that.
Just an abundance of shit. An abundance of shit. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. What are you working on now as far as your skateboarding? Oh wait. You know what I am curious about? You used to ride for DC, no? Or you just flown?
Oh, I skated for DC for a while. I was like flow, but I was like hooked up flow. It was tight.
You were hooked up flow. I remember seeing you back in the day when the DC video came out. You were rolling around in a demo in Carlsbad, Temecula, with who's that guy that went to jail for robbing cars?
Is that Greg Myers?
Greg Myers. I remember.
Jail for robbing cars?
Yes.
Good job, little homie. Fucking with you. But.
You remember, or Grand Theft Auto is what I think that's the term.
Did Grand Theft Auto influence his car robberies? I don't know. I couldn't answer that one.
You're talking about the video game. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Who did you know at DC that hooked you up like that?
I had skated for DC for the longest. Even when I skated for Baker, I skated for DC. It was originally this dude, Brian Dvorak, was the team manager or whatever, and then it went on. I started dealing with the homie Sean Rogers over there. And then, like, I've known Danny Way since I was, like, a baby. So that was, like, the automatic plug. And then I'd stay with Colin McKay, like, every weekend.
Colin's great. I love Colin.
It was the shit. He held me down when I was, like, all fucked up when I was a kid. It's tight.
Awesome. So what are you working on now? You're not taking skateboarding that serious. You're trying to bring the fun back with your current brand, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm not really trying to be this guy that has to go jump down 25 stairs and fucking do any of this for a paycheck. But I'm starting this company called Sleight. It's just like a cruiser board company with like a little bit of a clothing line that'll be coming out shortly. And we're just focused on doing like guest pro models for all the relevant cool pros that I'm friends with. Funny different shapes every time, cool themed graphics, little day in the life videos of full skating, and just, you know, making it a good time. You started skating in the first place to have fun, so why not still have fun?
And and you're not working on a part right now?
No, not really at all. I have a shoulder issue. I can't even skate. I'd love to, but my shit's just blown out. So we're just cruising around doing fun shit on the boards. And
is there any...
I skate from my house to the bar. I skate to the grocery store. I fucking skate to the liquor store.
Skate to John's.
Cruise to John's, whatever it is.
But as far as like skateboarding, like, you know...
Yeah, like actively skateboarding and doing tricks, I can't even hack it right now. My shoulder's too dust.
What happened to your shoulder?
I'll do an occasional tray flip. I just got in a fight with some Mexican dude a while ago, man, and he like flipped me over, tore my shit out of place, and then ever since then it's just been gradually getting worse. So like I can't really hack it. It's just what it is.
What was the reason of the altercation?
Oh man, I was at my homie's house and this fool kept turning the music up. And then I'd go turn it down. He'd turn it back up. My homie's son had like a crazy ass fever in the next room, you know. And this fool just wasn't like respecting and shit. So I ripped the fucking speaker out of the wall. Then he flipped out like, "Oh, we gotta get down, hey!" And fucking, it just went from there or whatever, you know.
Did you know the guy? Is he a friend of yours?
I don't really know him too well. Nah.
More of an acquaintance.
Something like that, yeah.
Do you still see him around?
Whoop that ass though, I'll tell you that.
Do you still see him?
No.
You probably beat him up too much. He doesn't want to come around no more.
Nah, nothing like that at all. He's from San Diego. I'm from here.
Oh. Probably beat up someone I know.
Maybe.
Thanks, buddy. No, so the shoulders, are you gonna? Is there any plans to get that fixed? And when you do you think you'll be hucking it again, or no ambition? Or?
I mean, I'm gonna be shredding for sure. I don't know if I'm gonna be hucking it. Okay. But yeah, I definitely got to get this shit done. They got to drill holes in here, and fucking tie rubber bands and hold that shit in. Doesn't sound that fun.
Do you get the itch? Do you get the itch to go back to what you're most known for, and that's the Baker Day? Not necessarily, not mainly being a little shit, but going out there and filming a part.
I'd like to. I don't really care about filming a part. I just want to be able to skate and have fun, you know. I still go on skate sessions with all my homies like Julian, living in Trapasso. We'd go out and I'd just be on the sidelines.
Julian Davison?
Yeah, hell yeah, that's the homie. But yeah, I'd just be on the sidelines talking shit. I have skate dreams. I have these fucked up dreams when like I'm hopping on my board and I'm trying to go skate and I have no fucking balance. And I can't do shit. Like I'll try to go do a trick and I'll just like jump off my board or something. It's horrible. So I definitely want to skate. It's just not cracking like that at the moment.
Okay, so more mainly have fun is what you're saying. So you mentioned guest pro models. Now the ones that you can announce right now is, I know you're doing an Antoine board. Is there any others that you can announce?
No, I'd just rather have you guys wait for it, and I'll let you know ahead of time. But right now, it's just Antoine Dixon. I have like a little just random cruiser board and then the logo board. And then the next one, watch out for it. It's going to be sick. I'm sure you guys will be really stoked.
I noticed you have a name on your... You have Knox Godoy. Did you... I don't know if people were misinterpreting that you turned yourself pro. Do you look at it like...
Oh, fucking... Of course I wouldn't turn myself pro. I haven't skated in years. It's just, I actually do my company with a fool who owns a record label, and he explained to me is like... if I release if I start a record label and release albums, of course one of my albums would be the first album. So he's like, you're releasing a skateboard company, make yourself one too. It'll be your cruiser, you know? So I was like, fuck it, we'll do it, you know? So me and Antoine, perfect team, homies.
Did you...
Sin Squad.
Sin Squad?
Yeah, that's our shit.
Okay. When you saw that your name was... You saw the first print of your name on a board... Yeah. Was that a moment?
I actually had a board on Baker back in the day. I had the AM board. So it wasn't really too trippy. But I didn't really care about it. It was just like another thing. Cool graphic.
Your name was Knox Godoy on an AM board?
Yeah.
Do you still have that board?
No, I don't have any of them. The only thing that I have left is the Andy Reynolds board that I drew back in the day. If you want it, Drew, I can give it to you. But,
you should take a photo of that.
Maybe.
You should. Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. I don't really care about that shit. But
we all do. We all care about that shit. Please post that, or at least send me the photo and I can post it for you. Whatever you want to do. I just want to see it. That sounds amazing. So, So you drew a graphic for Andrew Reynolds?
I drew Baker graphics for I did a graphic for every single pro, and then I did our AM board or whatever.
You have all those drawings?
Dude, these stickers, they're on the line right now. They sell for like $40 for a fucking sticker. The ones that I drew.
You get royalties off that?
I don't get shit.
Do you think that's unfair?
No, because it's this kid that was smart enough to save them, and he sells them on eBay.
Oh, okay.
That's his.
Oh, okay. No. Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought you said that they're selling. Baker's currently selling your graphic stickers.
Oh no! If they were doing that, I would definitely want some royalties. Oh, but Jeremy Fox, you still owe me $800 for the bootleg graphics I did because I did an Alyssa Steamer in a train wreck. I'd appreciate that. Just kidding. I don't need your $800. I'm just fucking with you.
My last question will be for you is you're mainly known for the attitude right now and conduct of this interview. You've obviously matured.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How many times do people come up to you and say, "Holy shit, you're totally different than I thought you'd be"? I mean, there's even an old... You know who Wes Kramer is, Wes?
Yeah, it's the homie.
Wes Kramer, there's an old school video that he filmed on San Diego where he's mocking you saying, "Look at me, I'm Knox Godoy." Oh!
Oh, I don't remember. I've never seen that. But
It's a local video in San Diego. And San Diego, it's called.
I know about that shop.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's called A New Day. In the bonus footage, he's acting like that. So your personality is. How many times do people come up to you and say you're totally different than I thought you were? You're not a little shit that I thought you were.
Oh, it happens all the time, man. Just with random kids, like they're like, "Oh, you're Knox Godoy," whatever, and I'll take the time to rap out with him or some shit. You know what I mean? And then they completely flip it up, like, "Dude, when I was a kid and you're a kid, I thought you're the biggest fucking asshole, blah blah, but you're like the coolest person in the world." I'm like, "Yeah, fool, fucking shit, figure it out." Like, it's the media or whatever they call it. I don't know. You know, you can't really know somebody until you know them if you just see them on television. I'm sure Charlie Sheen is a mellow, cool guy, but he's a complete pile on TV. I appreciate that.
Yeah. But that's all mainly off the images that Baker painted on you. You know, they chose to chop stuff out.
I mean, definitely here and there, they definitely use the wild footage of me, which, I mean, that shit sells. Everything's a gimmick. You know, like, seriously, like, look at so many of these skaters out here these days. They're just, like, portraying this image and wearing funny ass clothes, and like that even has more flavor than this like random square dude from the suburbs that can do like a fucking nollie kick flip crook half cab flip out or something. You know, like some fool can just like grind a handrail and be the shit just because he has a wild image. You know, it's just skateboarding.
So you don't resent Baker for painting that image on you?
No, I love it. Hell yeah.
You dig that?
Yeah, I'm into it. Fuck it. If you like it, you do. And, you know, the people that love it, and the people that hate it, hate even harder. But I don't mind it. I'm just out here having fun doing me. And I was having a lot more fun probably than a lot of people were in 2000. You know, a lot of people were just, like, having their mom make them French toast for breakfast and shit. And I'm out there just wilding in New York City or just doing crazy shit with all these skaters that are the tightest. You know, it was real cool.
Did you name Mouse Mouse?
I did, yeah. Through partying. His name was Mikey or whatever. He used to wear a Mickey Mouse shirt. So I used to call him Mikey Mouse or whatever. Then all of a sudden, I guess just these days, it turned into, like, he's the Mouse grip tape dude, right? Yeah,
correct.
No clue that was him the whole fucking time until recently I found out.
You started that, in a sense. That's you.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe so.
It's like you have to get more royalties.
Shoot it.
Thanks for the time, Knox. I appreciate it.
All right, hell yeah.